Welcome back to the John Trading channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you my price prediction for XRP Ripple in 2023. Where can Ripple reach in 2023? Well, find out in this video, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos. First, I'm going to begin by going over the previous price action for XRP beginning back in 2018, as this is really going to help us form our understanding of where price can reach in 2023. So let's start now. Here you can see on this left-hand side of the chart, we actually initially had a bit of a symmetrical triangle for XRP Ripple. And I'm always teaching that once we get a breakout from this symmetrical triangle, we always get this apex retest. So the apex of the triangle is right in this area here where we get the meeting of these two converging lines. You can see initially we did have a retest in this area, but we properly had an area of retest right over here. We had that small breakdown before we made that massive bull run from 2020 all the way up until 2021. We made up over a 1600% gain on Ripple in that time frame. So we had that really strong breakout to the upside, and then we began using the exponential moving average. As you can see, this orange EMA line, we began using that as resistance in this area. We then used that resistance here, bit of a resistance through here. Resistance had a small breakup, but again, resistance, 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 and then finally used that as support, using it as support, and then breaking to the upside. Unfortunately, in 2021, we never broke this all-time high for XRP. Back in November of 2017 was actually the all-time high of XRP, and we weren't able to get above it in this area here. So when I'm first making my price target, I need to use the Fibonacci retracement tool, drag it from the top of the high in 2021 and drag it all the way to this bottom here that we made on July of 2022. You can see we now have the 0.38 level, 0.5, the 618, then a 1-to-1 level back at this old high in 2021. So let's go over my first target for XRP Ripple in 2023. Right in this area, we did have initial support, and support 3 times in this area. But what happened right here? The support failed, we got a breakdown, and then what acted as a resistance level. As I'm always explaining, once a support level gets broken through and it flips, it's going to flip to a resistance level, and you can perfectly see that in this example here. Initially was support. Once the price broke through, it's going to then act as a resistance level. It's even also recently acting as that resistance level. So this will be my first price target for XRP right in this area, as price has shown that once we come back, we do have that small level of rejection both times through here, and coming up back for a third time, we potentially will have just a small amount of resistance because we've always retested it once, again retested it for a second time, coming back the third time, it will just act as a small level of resistance. So if we look at the price of where we are currently all the way up, that's an easy 25% gain on Ripple on this particular trade. So the reason I like this so much is because if I was to take this trade, I would put my stop right here. That would be an 11% stop, and I'd be looking at a 25% gain. So I'm looking at a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which does have a high probability of occurring, at least above 50, sometimes 60, maybe even 70%. The reason I believe this is if you look at this orange line that is known as the exponential moving average, and you can see right here, the slope of the EMA gives us the highest probability trade direction. Back through in this area here, you can see that we had a downward sloping EMA, and that also tells us that the highest probability all through this area is going to be shorting XRP. But what have we done recently? You can see that we were working about sideways. We've now broken up to the upside, and you can see I'm expecting this EMA to continuously begin ticking through the upside, especially in this area here. We've had really strong upside momentum on the EMA, and now this price is even using it as support. So that would be the perfect level to put your stop below that level, then look for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on at least a 60% probability trade. If you plug that into your trader's equation, you'll find that that has long-term expectancy. If you were to take this trade 1,000 times, you're guaranteed to walk away with a really, really good trade. So this is a really solid target one for XRP. I know we're not shooting for 500%, 1,000% gains just on this particular trade for target one, but it does show you that once we get to this area, we will see a small amount of resistance before we then continue to the upside. Now, if we look for a target 2 for XRP, you can see on this level right here is the 382 of the Fibonacci retracement level, and it actually perfectly lines up with another support to resistance flip. right in this area here, we did have some support. We had another level of support. We did again have another level of support before we then had that solid downturn breakout. Then we came up, retested this support. Once it got broken through, it will act as resistance level. Then we got this another solid downturn, came back, acted as resistance, then came back again and acted as resistance before we really got that really strong breakout to the downside. So not only do we have this support and resistance flip in this area, support, support, then resistance, 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 we've also got it correlating exactly with this 382 level on this particular Fibonacci retracement. And that's what I'm really looking for in the market. I'm looking for confluence in the market to tell me that there's multiple strategies working in my favor. So there would be traders in this particular instance who like to trade off the 382 Fibonacci level. But then we've also got another whole set of traders who use these support and resistance flips. And the good thing about when we get confluence in the market, we basically got two massive groups of traders now trading in the same direction, because we understand that both of these traders potentially are looking for small term shorts up in this area here, and that would be a rejection level. Once we do get up here, we will see at least a small amount of rejection before we then continue again to the upside. When we have two groups of traders, both trading in the same direction, it just gives us more momentum for the trade. We've got more traders looking to trade in that particular direction. It means we're going to have more power in that trade. So this would be my perfect level 2 target for XRP Ripple for 2023. And if we look at how far the price is from this current level, bringing up from the current price all the way to target 2, you can see that's a 99% gain on this trade. We've got 100% on this trade. And it would be a very similar stop. I'd be looking to put my stop below this level at around 11 to 12%, then looking for a 100% gain in the market. So that's roughly an 8 to 1 risk to reward, which really massively puts your trader's equation super positive, as you've got an 8 to 1 risk to reward on a potential 50-50 to 60-40 trade. That gives you massive expectancy in the market. If you can continuously find trades exactly like this and take 500, take 1,000, you're literally going to make endless amounts of money. For the previous two targets, I was using the weekly time frame, but for this particular trade, I'm going to need to zoom in on this daily time frame and come over onto this left hand side to show you my third target for XRP. So let's zoom into the chart now. So the level I'm looking at right now is this 0.618 level on the Fibonacci. The reason I'm not looking at this 0.5 is it's right in between this 618 and 382 level where we had those support and resistance flips. What I'm actually liking is this 618 level in the market. The reason being is on the daily time frame, we had initial support in this area. We broke down, we then came back, broke above this level, used it as support, used it as support, used it as support, and then what did we do? We had a major breakout to the downside. And where did price come to retest? Once we had this decently strong support level, price actually came back, retested it as resistance, retested it as resistance, retested it as resistance before we had that major breakout to the downside, as you can see on XRP. So this particular support and resistance level is extremely strong. It doesn't quite correlate to this 0.5 level on the Fibonacci. It more perfectly correlates to that golden zone known as the 618 on the Fibonacci level. So we've got the Fibonacci traders. We've also got the support and resistance flip traders. Again, having that double momentum in the market means there's going to be more power in the trade. Because if you've only got either the Fibonacci by itself or the support and resistance flip by themselves, you've only got one small set of traders looking to trade in that particular direction. But when you've got one whole group using the Fibonacci and you've got another massive group using the support and resistance flips, you've now got two massive groups trading in your direction, looking to push the price where you want it to go. So this is at least going to act as a small resistance level. The reason being is there are actually traders right now trapped in this area. They saw two decently strong bull bars and they bought in their portfolio. Now, once they've been holding for multiple years, and prices never come back to their original level. They were down basically 80% on their portfolio and they're going, oh my God, price is never going to come back to my price. So what's going to happen is once they're in these buys in these areas, how do you get out of a buy? You need to sell in the market. And once price comes back into this level that they haven't seen for multiple years, you will see people exiting out of their old trades. So you're going to have old buyers that have been very, very long and have been a massive drawdown in their portfolio. They're going to look to exit out of the market and short. So not only are you going to get old traders looking to exit out of the market. You're then going to get new traders knowing that this is a support and resistance flip, then getting a whole new set of traders understanding that this is a really strong Fibonacci level. So you're going to have three massive sets of traders in the market looking to pull it down a little bit from here. So I do expect that once price comes into this area, we might have a small downtick before we then break through it again to the upside. Now coming back to the weekly time frame, so I can show you everything really nicely on just one chart right here. This is my target 3 level right in here on the 618, where we had this initial support, broke down, acted as resistance, and then had that breakout level. And you've also have buyers in this area who bought on this really strong bullish bar, expecting price to break above this high, but price never came back to their level, and they've just been continuously on that downturn. So you are going to see old buyers exiting out of their position. Finally, they're given the chance to get out break even. So if we look at the current price down here at 46 cents and drag it up to target 3, you can see that that's a 185% gain potential on XRP using this target 3 support and resistance flips, 618 level, and also old buyers exiting out of the market. That's a really solid risk to reward ratio. That's close to a 15 risk to reward ratio, especially if you're taking your trade here, looking to take your stop loss at around 12% and looking for that gain of 180%. Again, the whole goal of trading is to use a positive expectancy in your trading system and time again, take the trade, and regardless if you win or lose, this time maybe you lose 2 in a row. Just having one gain is going to make you massive profits in the market, and you don't need to have a 99% win strategy where you're winning every single trade. You can literally win 1 out of 3 trades using this particular strategy, and you're still going to make a really killer living. Now, to get my fourth and final target for XRP, I'm going to delete this Fibonacci retracement tool, and I'm actually going to come over here and use the trend-based Fibonacci extension to find my next target for XRP Ripple. Using the trend-based Fibonacci extension, I'm going to drag it from the bottom of this low, which happened in 2020 at around 11 cents. I'm going to drag it up to this high that we made in 2021, which is just over $1.80. And then I'm going to drag it down to the low that we currently made in 2022 and see where these price targets actually line up with. What I'm looking for is this golden level, which I like to call the 1618, 175 level. It is known as the golden level for this particular trade. So you can see where perfectly lines up with. This golden zone nearly perfectly lines up with the all-time high for XRP, which happened back in 2017, early 2018. So we've got perfect levels of confluence. Again, I'm always talking about confluence in the market. We've not only got that old all-time high that we had on XRP, we've now got that 1618, which perfectly lines up with that level. And that's why maths is so fantastic. Now we have 2 correlation trades. We've got people that are still holding in this area that are trying to get out of their trade. You also got new entrants knowing that this is the golden level for the trade, and there is going to be a small amount of resistance here. So that is going to be my target for XRP Ripple. That's going to be an absolutely massive trade because we're currently at around the 46 cent mark. And we're looking to go up to that $3.50 mark, nearly a 10x potential on XRP. But this potentially might not happen just in 2023 because we're already 6 months through the year. And to reach that 10x gain, it might take a small amount of time. We might be pushing into 2024 because to gain a 10x on your trade, it does take time. It might not just happen as you click your fingers extremely fast, but I'm expecting that this target will be the 2024 target, and we'll use target 1, target 2, and target 3 as our levels for 2023. So I find that absolutely fascinating that this 1618 level exactly lines up with the old all-time high for XRP. And if we drag the price from here and we look at how far away that is, that's a 600, close to 650% gain on this particular trade for XRP. So you can see that's a really strong price target. Again, not only is it the 1618, it lines up with the all-time high, and that's what I'm looking for in the market. I'm looking for really strong confluence zones that tell me, yes, there's going to be multiple traders using completely different strategies, all doing the same thing right at that level. So that's my fourth and final target for XRP. Right from this high here, the price of target 1, 24%, target 2, 100%, target 3, 180%, and target 4 is 650% away. So So you can see that we can make multiple trades looking at support and resistance zones, also using Fibonacci retracement, and finally using the Fibonacci extension, which perfectly lines up with the all-time high for XRP. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos. That's all I have for you in today's video. I'll see you in the next one.